It's approaching 3 p.m. on October 30th, 2022. It's Calvin Castine. We're in beautiful downtown Dannemora on a bright and sunny day. Temperature in the low to mid 60s. A perfect way to end October. And there's some kind of a fest going on today, craft fair and so on.
Yep. We're having our annual, this is our third annual craft fair. This year we are, many of the proceeds are going to benefit an EMS building fund. For years we've been talking back and forth about getting a new building for Dannemora EMS, and it's about time that we need to start making ground and moving toward that direction.
You got to take that first step.
Absolutely.
All right. And who am I talking to?
My name is Bobby Joe Provost.
All right. And Bobby Joe, you've got a EMS jacket on, so I'm going to guess that you're part of the Dannemora Saranac EMS.
I am the EMS supervisor.
Oh, congratulations. Should I say congratulations, or is it's a lot of work?
Yes, it is. 2 years in the making right now. Yep.
Okay. I'm here because a fellow named Chris Trombley sent me a copy of forwarded an email to me that mentioned that the dedication going to happen here at 3:30. So I thought it was important that I came all the way up from Champlain to be here.
Oh, well,
so
thank you.
Tell us about that dedication.
Well, back when I first joined in EMS, I was under the supervision of a wonderful human being, Alice Thompson. And I explicitly remember conversations back when I had first originally started that she was talking about a new ambulance needed to be in the works because our current ambulance, 195, was getting close to that 10-year mark. It was a few months later she got sick and she went out, and we had a couple supervisors in the meantime, come and go, and everybody kind of picked up where she had left off. And then when I took over as supervisor, I followed through with it, and I felt that she started it 3 years ago. It should be dedicated to her. She had 14 years with the Village of Dannemora EMS.
Okay, so it'll be this red, white, and blue one behind us?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. I was looking at the front tires, and it looks like they haven't even been touched the road yet.
No.
That's how new this thing is.
Yes, it is absolutely brand new. With the Village of Dannemora EMS, we work 6 months out of Saranac. So right now we are currently in Saranac's brand new rig, 317. So when we transition back up to Dannemora on April 1st, we will be running the new 451.
Okay, you've just confused the heck out of me. So if you have an emergency for 6 months, you got to be in Saranac, and if you have an emergency 6 months, you got to be in Dannemora.
That is correct. Yep. So how the contract states with Saranac and Dannemora is 6 months out of the year we station in Saranac, which is roughly 2.5 miles up the road. So it's not a huge difference. Mm-hmm. And then the other 6 months we are in Dannemora stationed with our ambulance. So we kind of share services.
Okay, so it's a little. Is it a paid service? I know I'm familiar with Champlain Mowers EMS, and
yes, it is a paid service.
So you've got people there, maybe not 24/7, but most of the time.
Yes, we always have the station manned 24/7.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you say manned? I probably get in trouble if I said manned.
I guess that I can then.
It's personed.
Right.
Okay, will Alice's name be on here, or is it
Absolutely.
here?
It is already inside the rig right now.
Okay, so it'll be placed outside?
Nope, it is inside the rig.
Oh, it's inside?
Yep, so she'll always be by our side.
Okay, and the weather won't get at it, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Corey, her husband Corey, as you know, is a great EMS person in the Northern Tier.
Absolutely.
And, when Chris told me about this, I said, well, I've got to be there.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay, will there be any dignitaries here besides me?
I am not sure. I am really not sure. I know that we requested Billy Jones to come on up and help us out with the ceremony. He said he was going to be here, so
okay.
I guess we shall wait and see.
All right. And I did ask you off camera, so I'll do it on camera here. Your name is?
Bobby Joe Provost.
And I asked that question that half the people you meet ask. Were you on Petticoat Junction? And you said?
Nope. But it was a conflict when I was born, whether that I was going to be named after one of those characters.
So is that your favorite show?
And no, it's not mine, but it was my mother's.
Yeah, so Bobby Joe, Betty Joe, and Billy Joe, and they chose Bobby.
Yes. That's what I wound up with.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All righty. Okay, we have come inside, and you have a height limit on who you can.
It's good for me.
If you're 6'6", don't apply for a job here. You may feel uncomfortable. But here's the plaque that's inside, and there's a photo of Alice. And it says this ambulance is dedicated in remembrance of Alice Thompson for 14 years of faithful service in the village of Dannemora EMS program. Alright, so this is brand new inside here. Never been used?
Hasn't seen a patient yet.
Alright. How soon is it going to be in operation?
As soon as we transfer back up here.
Okay.
Yep.
So I assume that there are times when both ambulances are needed?
Yep. Saranac has 2 ambulances as well.
Uh-huh.
So now we currently have 2 ambulances. So they have 317, which is our first run rig when we're in Saranac, and then we have 315. That's the second run.
Okay.
So we will also have this one, which 451 will be the first run, and 452 will be our second run.
Alright.
Yep. So we will always have 2 ambulances at least. Technically, right now we have 4.
Right.
So.
Yeah, things happen.
Yep, things happen. Yeah. Absolutely. Things happen, and it's usually all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything else I should ask you while I'm inside? If not, we'll wait for the dedication.
I don't think so. I mean, you're getting a good.
Yeah.
You're getting a good look at her.
Yeah. It's a view I never really want to have, but when you need it, you need it.
I understand. Unfortunately, I spend a lot of time back here.
Yeah. Right, but on the proper side.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What's that? Okay, today we came here to dedicate our new ambulance to a former EMS supervisor and longtime employee, Alice Thompson. And we have our present EMS supervisor here to give a little talk about Alice, Bobby Joe Provost.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming out here today. I'm standing here thinking about how to even say thank you to some of my fellow EMS brothers and sisters for everything you do. However, I can't help but wonder, does saying you are appreciated mean that much when it's coming from another provider? The answer is yes, truly and deeply. And perhaps it's even more so that I appreciate you now because I know what you've been through. Whether we have responded to multiple calls together or just passed each other in the hospital, I have so much appreciation for you all. No, they aren't superheroes. EMS providers are everyday people, our family, our friends, neighbors, those people that go the extra mile to make sure they are prepared to help you get through that one day. Thinking about it, I guess that does fit the definition of a superhero. If you aren't in the field of EMS, it's easy to forget about the actual role of EMS in our communities. You may think of this as just a job, but it truly isn't just a job. It's a commitment and an investment of our bodies and our minds. We are a family together. We respond together, we miss meals together, we share holidays together, and we feel pain together. But one thing remains the same. We are stronger together. In a profession of public safety and servitude, we can neither ask for nor expect thank yous. but we can give them to others. A simple, genuine gesture of appreciation can make a significant difference in the lives of those around us. We are surrounded daily by people providing that. Thank you to our EMS instructors who shape the providers we are today. Thank you to the police officers who clear our scenes, keeping us safe and providing us with an extra set of hands. Thank you to the nurses who have been on their feet all day long and still took the time to really listen to what's going on with our patients. Thank you to the firefighters who are always willing to help after extricating, stabilizing, or searching through burning buildings. Thank you to our mutual aid departments for always being there and having our backs. Thank you to the village staff for your supporting and volunteering their time for EMS. And thank you to our communities for your continued support throughout the years has truly impacted us in so many ways. In EMS, we're lucky enough to see an incredible amount of good within the tragedies that we face. We're given the humble privilege to see patients at their worst. But with the bad comes the opportunities to see our coworkers at their best. We change lives with medicine, words, and touch, but we don't do it alone. I am grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the change for the better, and even more grateful for the people around us who make it possible. I'm humbled to stand here before you to present to our communities and to our EMS families the Village of Dannemora EMS 451. Although many of you may not know, this ambulance has been years in the making. Back and forth with various manufacturers looking at multiple layouts of ambulances, designing and creating to find the perfect fit for our communities and the providers assisting them. When I first began in EMS, I remember my current supervisor, Alice Thompson. She was speaking to the village board about a new ambulance, as our current EMS 195 was getting closer to that 10-year anniversary. As I worked side by side with her for many months, she was my mentor, she was my supervisor, she became my friend and my family. She had this passion for EMS not only with the Village of Dannemora, but also with her volunteer agency of Champlain EMS. As I continued my career in EMS, I not only worked with Alice, but I also worked with her husband, Corey. I won't lie, I was a bit intimidated at first. Corey is a walking book of EMS knowledge, and the more I worked with Alice and Corey, the more respect I gained for them and everything they did for the village and Champlain EMS. They were always willing to go the extra mile to teach, train, explain, and assist in anything we asked of them. Alice gave 14 dedicated years to the village as EMS supervisor and built a strong legacy for our EMS future. Everyone in the EMS communities respected her, and she always greeted every patient with a smile and dignity. She framed me into the provider I am today, and I was fortunate enough to have a front row seat to experience her knowledge and dedication to an often thankless profession. When I finalized the details on EMS 451, I heard this voice in my head. It was her voice. I remembered the exact conversations she had with the village board about beginning the uphill challenge of acquiring a new ambulance. I knew at that exact moment I couldn't finalize this beautiful ambulance without her by my side. I am truly proud to announce that although she may not physically be present by my side, Alice, may she rest in heavenly peace, will always be by our sides in the ambulance she first started to plan for 3 years ago. Today I am proud to dedicate the Village of Dannemora EMS 451 in honor of Alice Thompson. I would like to thank Assembly Member Billy Jones for being here today and for presenting this dedication plaque to her loving husband and paramedic, Corey Thompson. Please welcome Billy Jones.
It's my honor to present Corey with this beautiful, beautiful plaque. This ambulance is dedicated in remembrance of Alice Thompson for 14 years of faithful service in the Village of Dannemora EMS program. And it is a beautiful plaque. if you wouldn't mind staying up here for a half a second. I just want to say, you know, as Bobby Joe had said, oftentimes when our families call out and are in need, and our loved ones are in need, or our neighbors are in need, EMS providers are the first ones there, not only providing, you know, life-saving medicines or life-saving procedures, but also a calming hand and a voice to be there for the family members themselves, and that means a lot. So anybody that's personally been having to gone through that situation, certainly we owe our frontline and our EMS providers, our first responders, all the gratefulness that we can give them as a community. And to have this dedicated to Alice is just wonderful. So I do have a citation here as well. Whereas a great state is only as great as those individuals who give exemplary service to their community, whether through participation in voluntary programs, through unique achievement in their profession or other endeavors, or simply through a lifetime of good service. Whereas Alice Thompson had a true passion for protecting her community, serving first as an EMT for Ellenburg Fire Department and then as an advanced EMT for Dannemora EMS. Whereas Mrs. Thompson then served as the supervisor for the Dannemora Saranac EMS for 14 years. Whereas Mrs. Thompson also enjoyed traveling with family and friends and always looked forward to her summer trips to Twin Ells, where she relaxed around the campfire with ones she loved. I therefore resolved that as a duly elected member of the New York State Assembly, I recognize that in the memory of Alice M. Thompson, we commended her service and passion within the North Country community during the dedication of Ambulance EMS 451 in her honor. Alice is remembered as a person who put others ahead of herself, and her service and sacrifice to emergency services in Clinton County will never be forgotten. Alice Thompson was an individual who certainly is worthy of the esteem of the great state of New York.
Me? As the present mayor for the village and past board member, I had the privilege to work with Alice during her 14 years here. She was very dedicated. When she was on vacation in Florida, she would be doing her job down there. She was on call all the time, and it was greatly appreciated. She got this program to where it is today, and it's certainly an honor to dedicate this ambulance to Alice. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Good job.
Thank you.